It's a gorgeous shot. Won't get 4 for it. Certainly get a lot of applause from the crowd. Right, Mark Howard is down on the boundary line. Let's see who he's got.
Mel, I'm down here with Darren Ganga. We're about to have a cook-off with the crew from Rainforest Seafood. Is the best seafood in the Caribbean ever, or is the cook here? Now, what type of things could Darren and I try and cook tonight, Ev?
All right, so tonight, from the premium seafood carriers in the Caribbean, Rainforest, we now present some lobster, some shrimp, and some red snapper from our Caribbean waters.
How are you in the kitchen, Darren Ganga, typically?
I'm very good. I'm there to eat, not to cook. Trust me.
As we watch Emirates come in to Sangakkara. Short, he just works it off the hip for a single. We just have a look at some of this beautiful seafood here, right? I'm going to cook, you're going to cook,
yes,
and then Mel and Butch are going to decide who's the best cook. You could play cricket. I don't think you can cook, so what dish are you going for?
Okay, I'm going to go for the grilled lobster. I'm going to go for bami, which is something I know that you wouldn't be aware of. That's cassava.
Right.
All right. I'll put a little bit of plantain in that, and I'm sure I'm going to be the winner here tonight.
Okay, well, I'm going to have a look at what I'm going to do as we look at Everett at the top of his crease. What's the fish here, Everett?
That's a red snapper.
I'm going to go with red snapper as we go back to the cricket for a moment. This time McCarthy on strike. And again, just a single. Right, I'm going to go the red snapper, D. Ganga. I'm going to have a nice touch of barbecue corn with a bit of lime. What are these bad boys?
These are plantains, ripe plantains.
And I'm going to knock some plantains. And in the Carabinings break, the boys and girls are going to test it. Oh, what do you just ease up there? You're going to cook it, not eat it.
I could try it.
You've got enough to eat already in there, big boy. So we'll do a cook-off here, and then you guys can judge, but I think I'm going to be the winner. Who do you think will win?
It's delicious.
It's up in the air. It's up in the air.
All right, it's Australia versus Trinidad.
Well, the seafood looks divine, so I'm just hoping that neither of them butcher this at all, because we're keen for a little bit of a feed up here.
I don't mind. Well, Australians reckon that they're really good at barbecue, so Howie may just have the edge there. But Ganga knew what he was cooking. Howie had no idea what he was looking at.
It could be very interesting. I hope it's not a blindfolded test.
Good DG. I think we've lost him. We've lost him for the day.
I should do something.
Well, he can stay down there if it comes back tasting as good as it looks.
And see what go on here. See how that leaking? Succulent, eh? You do it, Ganga? Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah.
There's a lot of manoeuvring of things around there, Darren Ganga. I'm not too sure if you're actually doing anything that's going to flavour add to your dish. So we will soon find out, though. Mark Butcher and myself getting the opportunity of sampling some of the best seafood in the Caribbean. Now, Mark Howard. It looks like he's doing a little bit more there, Howie. He's going with the red snapper.
Deep fried red snapper. Mind those light coloured trousers, Howie. Could end up looking quite disastrous.
I'm glad there's a chef down there just sort of assisting the process as well. Otherwise, it could be absolute chaos. I don't know if that's much cooking really going on there, Howard. Speaking of confidence, Darren Ganga, how confident are you of winning this food battle? The cook-off.
Very confident.
Really?
I think, yeah.
I saw there's a lot of manoeuvring around on the barbecue. I didn't see too many flavours being put in there.
I'm not unfamiliar in the kitchen, right? I have a fair amount of experience, and I think it will show in my selection.
So I shouldn't be concerned that you actually burnt yourself down there.
That was meant to be a secret, Mel. Come on. The thong was a little too short, so I was feeling the heat from the grill.
So my index finger on my right hand is a little bit, yeah, sore.
Well, I hope that's not the special spices and sauces that you're adding to it.
I was looking for a little bit of lime to sprinkle on the lobster.
Oh, look at you.
I didn't get it, but I think when you go down to do the tasting,
I'll add.
you will get it.
Yeah, I saw your lobster and I think you burnt it. What you need to realise is, as Australians, we learn before we go to school to ride kangaroos and cook barbecues. And I think I've dominated you there.
Well, I was told that your lobster need to have a tinge of crust on it. So you need to give it the extra heat. So I was going by that advice.
I'm not sure they're going to cook the Tallawahs tonight. We'll see. Maybe a tinge. Yours had a real sort of black strip, which looked like it was burnt to me, D. Ganga. But Mel and Butch will decide. 150 is the target for the Guyana Amazon Warriors. Earlier on, Darren Ganga, you and I headed out to do some cooking in the cook-off. I think we've got the judges down in position now to give me the win.
Thanks, Howie. Yes, we're down here examining your work. I've got Evra with me from Rainforest Seafoods, who he tells me that Howie and Darren Ganga did all the work. Is that true, or was it you?
I did most, I did a little.
You did most, they did a little.
A little, yeah.
Okay, so what have we got to try? What have you cooked up for us?
So we have some escovitch, red snapper, we have some fried shrimp, and we have some fried lobster. On this end, we have some grilled lobster and some grilled corn.
Okay, well, Mel and I are very, very desperate to taste what the boys have been up to, so can you dish them up for us?
Absolutely. Let me get into it. So we're going to try it.
It's a bit warm down here, isn't it, to be standing in front of a fire?
It is very, very warm. So let me grab you some plantains. Of course, you know what this is, right?
Yeah.
We have some bami. Of course, bami is made from cassava, just who doesn't know. And the shrimp.
This is the main event here.
Main event. These are amazing. And there's some Scotch bonnet, so there's a little kick to it.
I'll take these. Now, you need to dish something up for Mel.
Sure, I will.
I'm definitely. I want to try a bit of the snapper, because I know if Mark Howard gets it right, it's all about the oil temperature, isn't it? It needs to be medium to high to do it right.
Let's start.
There we go. Let's see if he's got. Oh, that's looking pretty good.
So Mark did a pretty good job at this, right?
Not too bad. And then Darren Ganga, he spoke about the lobster. He reckons he's nailed it. What is the key to cooking the perfect lobster?
Perfect lobster is a perfect marinade.
Good.
So I don't think you want to give away what you did, so I won't tell you, all right? Ask him.
Secret's safe with us, no problems at all.
Let's go Darren Ganga.
Okay, you're going to go off and get some lobster. You're trying that. How's it going down?
No, very good.
Didn't your mother ever teach you not to speak with your mouth full?
Don't talk to me.
Well, we're on television, so you can't tell. It smells amazing. It looks fantastic. The
shrimp.
flesh is beautiful.
Your lobster.
Wow.
The shrimp are cutting it.
Now it's
really
your turn.
good.
Over to you.
Fork for you.
Fork for me.
What do you think?
Very pleased with this.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very pleased
I'm
with
going to
this.
say it's more the Rainforest seafood than the cooking skills of these guys. But
I
it's
reckon
good.
so. I wonder whether we should just, they should leave it to us so we can eat, and then we'll make a decision on them when we come back. How about
I like that. I like
And
that
of course,
idea.
this is a premium seafood in the Caribbean, Rainforest seafood. So this is the result.
The result's pretty damn good. We'll get back to the boys in a little while. You get back up in the studio. We're going to eat. All right, see you in a bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Darren Ganga, that you and I were doing all the cooking and that those two were doing all the eating. Hardly seems fair.
That's unfair, man. We can't cook and they eat. We need to taste and to eat what we cook.
Now, Mark Butcher, we were lucky enough to have a little bit of a taste of the cook-off during the innings break, and we didn't actually say who we thought had won the cook-off because we just needed to let it sink in a little bit.
Make sure there was no bitter aftertaste from any of the food.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, this judging thing has to be taken very seriously for me when you're talking about sort of the best seafood in the Caribbean. So I enjoyed the shrimp a lot, and the lobster was excellent. Have any particular thoughts on your favourites?
Well, it's going to be tough. So, and I've got 2 balls to get out of this comms box pretty quickly because this is going to hurt me. And as an Australian, we pride ourselves on barbecues.
And just, Howie, I'm sorry, mate, it was just a little dry.
Howie, problem for Howie, of course, is that he doesn't eat stuff that swim around in the sea. So he had no idea what he was doing, really, did he?
True. I must admit, though, the quality of it was absolutely superb, as we see the 100 come up for the Warriors. The lobster was my favourite, though.
Yeah, I rather enjoyed the shrimp. So, well,
Yeah, but neither of them cooked the shrimp. That's
well, that's probably why it was brilliant. But you know, you're going back to Trinidad. You know which side your bread's buttered on. So we're giving it to
we're giving it to Mr. Ganga.
Yeah. That's another boat trip for you, Mel Jones.
It's how we play.